Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the third episode of Pages and Mages Play for Keeps. My name is Sarah Bannister, and I will be your MC tonight. And we are the D20 Initiative, a group of Calgarian theater and theater-adjacent folks who just want to play D&D in public. And Pages and Mages is the second season of this live play-formance. Our adventures last episode followed the party coming from Candlekeep. And tonight we have the pleasure of watching as adventurers from Beaconhold join two of our Candlekeepers to create the first awesome merged party. Who's in this party? What are their skills? Will the two parties get along? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Our live streamed adventure will usually wrap up anywhere between 9:30 and 10 p.m. About halfway through, we'll have a short 10-minute intermission as well. Of course, we're on the socials, and we encourage live tweeting about the episode as it streams using the hashtags #D20 Initiative or #Pages and Mages. Find the D20 Initiative on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to learn more about upcoming episodes and events. And you know, speaking of hashtags, want to win some dice? We have partnered with our friends at Dicebound to celebrate the launch of their new Kickstarter. Dicebound are local Calgary dice makers, and we can't wait to get our hands on a set of these gorgeous, sharp-edged math rocks. We're giving away one of their blacklight reactive handmade dice sets in ultraviolet to a lucky D20 Initiative viewer. All you have to do to enter is share a photo of a favorite fantasy book, along with the hashtags #D20 Initiative and #Pages and Mages. You can enter on Instagram or Twitter, and the contest is open until October 19th. Until then, check out Dicebound's Kickstarter, when I will post the link to that in the chat as soon as we are underway. Now, let's introduce the team for the night. We have Jennifer Gerritsen as your Dungeon Master.
Hey!
And Curt Mckinstry will be running all of the wonderful sounds that you hear, including the sounds right now. Except us talking, we're doing that. The squeak, that's Curt. And your fabulous players for the evening are Alan Edward Johnson as Darius Nightford, or Derry, to have Justin Bourne as Girrardo Karinseao, Griffin Cork as Kyler Bibteck, and Emma Brager as Paige, with no last name, like Sharon. Now, you may be wondering, what makes the D20 Initiative different from other live plays? Good question. There are times we want you, the audience, to play with us and alter the fate of the party. You see, the world in which our players are situated has some errant magic that sometimes affects them in unexpected ways. So, I will need 4 volunteers from the audience. Each one will control when said magic effects are imposed on each character. So please sound off in the chat as a volunteer if you're interested in controlling the destinies of Derry, Girrardo, Kyler, or Paige. And you can choose someone or I will assign someone for you. Either one works. And you know, as we're waiting, some history. Back when we did this event in a live pub, a real live pub, we gave out a rubber chicken representing each player, which is a very flattering representation to the audience. And when the audience squeaked the chicken, that's when the magic effect would take place. So to keep that tradition alive, when our volunteers type squeak, probably all caps squeak in the chat, I will interrupt the play as soon as possible to impose those random magic effects. Now keep in mind, you can only squeak a maximum of 2 times tonight. That's once in each act. Our all-knowing DM Jen will let you know when squeaks can come into play, and after she gives the go, squeak whenever the impulse comes to you. But do not squander your squeaks. And don't forget about them either. And aside from that, we welcome audience interaction and commentary in the chat, but please refrain from correcting rulings or commenting on character or combat choices in a negative way. You know, we really roll with the punches and support each other up here.
Yeah!
Yeah! And we hope our audience does too. But if you do have any questions or concerns, please contact us at our email, d20initiativyyc@gmail.com, which I can put in the chat for you as well. Now, enough from me. I'll hand things over to our Dungeon Master, Jen, to run the game. Wait, let's see if we have one volunteer, Marcia. Okay, or Marcia. Woo! Marcia, you are going to control the fates of Derry. Derry is with Marcia. Do we have any other volunteers? We need 3 more. Or they are going to suffer me I suppose.
Oh God, please, somebody.
We can't give Sarah that much power.
No.
It would be kind of fun.
We've got Kunji, Mark, Ikeda. Mark, we got a squeak.
Yeah.
Mark, you are going to control, say, Kyler.
Ho, ho, ho. All right, Kunji, let's do this.
She's got Kyler.
Kunji is in. Okay, we've got 2 of the 4 taken care of. So I try to get to the right screen. Okay, well, I will continue monitoring the chat. Oh, we have Jason Memel. He said, "Hear the squeak."
Oh no,
Jason. Paige looks real nervous. So you're going to be in charge of Girrardo, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
And as we wait for another volunteer, or perhaps Emma, you might be with me. We will see. My best. Oh, there we go. Kevin Cork. Thank you, kind sir. Kevin is controlling the fates of.
Sarah, are you available though?
Lawyers already have this job.
I'm busy.
We have our four speakers. Remember, Marcia, you're speaking for Derry. Jason, you're speaking for Gerrardo. Kunji, you're speaking for Kyler, and Kevin, you're speaking for Paige. And enough of me. Away I go. Jen, take it away.
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, all right. I'll just maybe mention one other thing about the squeaks. I want you to use them well and wisely. Your first squeak, my friends, when you squeak for it, it will be random. We will roll for what that magic is in the first act, and then when you squeak in the second act, it will be the same effect. So you might be able to be a little strategic that way. Okay, so that's a word to the wise. Okay, let's begin, my friends. Our adventure began with two separate libraries, Beaconhold in Eberron and Candlekeep in Faerun, and their librarians going about their usual business of, nothing more than upholding the light of knowledge in their worlds. And we learned that deep in the heart of both libraries is a sphinx, waiting by a crystal pool, and apparently protecting the spirit of their library. However, both sphinxes have been forgotten by the librarians around them, as for centuries they kept silent and solitary watch at their pools against a nameless threat that extinguished the lights of many other libraries across other worlds. The pool in Candlekeep was breached, and the sphinx called Lumen was not able to stop the invasion, but she was able to send out a wave of transformational magic to the four librarians that happened to be on the Monday evening shift at the arched gate to Candlekeep, and summoned them to her cavern. She then called through the pool to the sphinx called Ptolemy for help. We discovered at that point that our first episode in fact took place after Lumen's call and involved how Ptolemy summoned 3 librarians of Beaconhold to him. All of our librarians have now been touched by a wild, bookish magic that can overcome them at any time. And so we open today's adventure by the pool of Ptolemy, and squeaks are on. Ptolemy! Come on in!
Oh,
I am here.
Guest appearance.
As the beacon holders come running in to the caverns, they see this large, majestic, lion-like sphinx. He turns to them. He's been staring into the pool. He turns to them and says, "You have finally arrived. I am Ptolemy. There is little time, but I will tell you about my brothers and sisters. We used to live in a vast panoply of knowledge. One by one, the light from the sphinxes have winked out. Now, only my sister Lumen remain. Myself and my sister. My one remaining sister, and she needs help now. I cannot go, but you three have proven yourselves simply by finding me, and now I am going to send you. Now, Ripley, you will have to remain here with me. You will anchor your friends. You will anchor them to Beaconhold so they are not lost in the darkness of the void. Paige, Kyler, I want you to prepare yourself. You are going on a fast, quick journey to another world. Is there anything you have to ask of me before I send you into the pool?
Yeah,
Good.
got it. Definitely. On to the quack.
I have a lot of questions. But sure, we can talk about it later.
No, ask me now because you will not see me again.
Ever? Can we never come back here? I'm pretty attached to this place.
No,
Happening.
Ripley will bring you back when you have succeeded. But
Is
for
Ripley
many
gonna be okay?
days, you will not see me.
All right.
Lumen will explain all you need to know. All you need to know.
All right. Ripley, I'm really glad that we found you. See you soon, I guess.
Now, to make the transference, you simply enter the crystal pool. It will be cold, it will be bracing, but you will arrive in Lumen's world.
Is it deep? Am I gonna have to tread water?
When you enter the pool, you will be able to breathe normally. There is no worry that way.
Great.
Kyla's
Yeah.
mum, she never lets him go swimming, so this is going to be great.
No, too much activity activates my asthma, so swimming's a no-no for me.
All right, let me just check to see if there's anyone else.
No, I'm good. I'm ready. No.
We may have made a mistake, I think.
No, I'm
All
ready
right.
for the quack. I've wanted a big quack my whole life.
Right. This is the quack of destiny.
Cool.
Perfect. All
So-
right.
You just walk into the pool after talking to Tolerate.
I take Kyla's hand and I'm like, ready, let's do a cannonball. This is the best way to get into a pool.
I believe you. I'm 3 feet tall. Let's do it.
One,
Remember,
two,
you're representing Beaconhold.
Cannonball!
Oh.
Oh no!
Cool. We have our first squeak, and it is for, indeed, Kyler.
You're good.
Please roll us a d20.
Oh god. Okay. Impeccable timing, Coochie. My god. Here we go.
Why did no one tell me he was asthmatic?
No. We're good. Representing Beaconhold. 3, 2, 1.
Get out of here, Ptolemy.
I got a 15.
15. Okay. 15 means frosty spectral armor surrounds you, and the chill is invigorating. How appropriate. You gain 5 temporary HP while the armor endures. Onward, heroes!
All right. I'm actually feeling really good about this crystal pool right now. Can we please say that frosty armor comes on as a bathing suit?
Yes, it totally does.
Great.
You work that into however you appear there, Kyler. Yes, it can be an old-fashioned onesie, whatever. It could be a Speedo.
I was thinking shorts over my robes, but my wizard hat my snapback is presented as a swimming cap.
Nice. Perfect.
I want zero drag, aerodynamic, gotta go fast, crystal pool. Let's do this.
Perfect. Well, Kyler and Paige, as you cannonball into the pool, you do feel it give around you like water ought to, and it shimmers out around you in a cloud of icy droplets. Now, both of you actually have used magic before, and honestly, what it feels like is as if your magic could be distilled into fluid. And as you file into that pool, it like skims around your body like the Leidenfrost effect, like it just shimmers and almost boils off your body. as you fall into this very cold well of magic. And you realize as you go down that you are no longer looking through your eyes. They've shut. But through your eyelids, even into where your senses are seated in your brain, you begin to perceive impossible colors, sounds, even tastes. And your proprioception, which tells you where you are, tells you that you are swirling through impossible shapes, like an infinity loop, like a tesseract. Eventually, you realize that instead of down, you've hit kind of an inflection point, an apex of sorts. And as you get there, a spiral of prickly static wraps up around you, stunning your senses and momentarily making you forget everything. But as you begin to rise, a warmth, a flame, a light grabs you, and there's a sudden a spark. And you, Paige, and you, Kyler, you are restored to yourselves. You are swiftly rising as though from deep water. You see a shimmering mirror in the ceiling, like looking down a well, except that it's above you. And you break the surface. Candlekeepers. Standing at the shore of the crystal pool beside Lumen, the tiger sphinx, you see two humanoid figures break the surface of the pool like corks from a champagne bottle and like go into the air and like be scattering magic water everywhere, and they land flat on the stones on the shore beside Lumen. Lumen, like in her tiger form and her bright copper eyes, goes, wow. Yes, go ahead and say what you're going to do, Kyler.
No, I was just worried that we're still in the water. I was trying to remember what that impossible taste was. I really want to know.
Wipe the water out of your eyes.
Oh, my swim cap's over my face. This was a poor idea.
Lumen, would you like us to kill these creatures?
Yeah. What's going on here?
You remember, so like, I called Ptolemy for help. That was step 2 in the checklist to victory.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He sent help. Like from another world. This is them.
This is help?
This doesn't look like much help.
Well,
that one's breathing really heavily.
I'm hello. My name is Kyler Bibteck, and I'm here for the quack.
Do we have any quacks?
Is he speaking the same language as us?
Let's all adjust our the quack. Is that what you said, Kyler Bibteck?
It's kind of like a truncation of words. Quick, fast quest.
Oh,
I like it.
That's what Ptolemy said to us, that we were here to find a quack.
Yeah. So now I speak a little Sphinx.
Well, we killed the duck already, so
interesting.
That's true.
So
we did have a really nice quack. You guys killed it?
I mean, no. We heard it is not here anymore.
You killed the dire goose?
I forgot that. Oh God.
To be fair, it was a mercy kill. I saw it. It was in pain. I won't say more than that.
That's nice. One last quack.
We all get ahead of ourselves. Let's just take a moment and introduce ourselves. We've heard from Kyler. Nice to meet you, Kyler. Tell us what we see when we look at Kyler. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. So what you all see is a 3-foot. 3 halfling with blonde hair and green eyes who is now soaking wet. If you could describe a frat boy as a wizard, you could describe Kyler Bibteck. He's holding a well-kept, if not damp, spellbook and an insanely well-used inhaler that is surrounded by like a magical glow. You're not sure how you know, but you can tell this pale guy is as frail and malleable as the snapback-turned swimming cap on his head.
Nice to meet you, Kyler. Maybe one of the Candlekeepers. We should show off. One of us can maybe introduce. Yeah, Derry, go.
Hi. Hello. Welcome. I'm Darius Nightford, but everyone just calls me Derry. And you see a tall, lanky fellow with mussy black hair and stubble. He carries 2 hand axes on his belt that have traces of yellow, mussy goop drying on them. He has a friendly and welcoming demeanor, however. I work as a translator here in Candlekeep, but my best friend Girrardo and I here, we found our way into this strange area of the library when we were attempting to appraise this page, which has a language none of us seem to recognize. Luckily, I know how to take care of myself and others, as I was trained in the ways of the barbarian when I was young. So we, we took care of business. No big deal. Right, Girrardo?
That's cool.
Sure.
High five, Girrardo.
No. I don't 5 the high.
He doesn't like to do it. I still try to get him to do it sometimes. It's
that's two pairs of best friends. Yeah. Me and Paige high five.
And then I high five Derry.
That looks nice. I wish I
do. I high five you, Derry.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. I don't even know you yet.
And we all look at Girrardo.
Fine.
Nice.
Yeah. Best friends already.
Well, Paige, listen, Derry already said your name, so why don't you go next?
Yeah, I was confused. I thought maybe you were saying that you had some sort of weird page, which, I don't know, we probably don't have time to get into it now. My name is Paige. I don't have a last name, but that's okay. I'm pretty used to it by this point. You all see in front of you an elvish woman with features. Oh gosh, you guys, it's going really well. You see an elvish woman standing with her hands on her hips in front of you. She's got light spotted skin with a network of semi-glowing freckles and birthmarks, and a rather fresh scar across her nose and her cheek. She's got long, untamed dark green hair, with trinkets and braids and ribbons and dreadlocks mixed into the tangle. Her clothes look like they've been patched together from a variety of fabrics over the years and have some worn spots and dusty smears. On her forearm, she has a hastily scrawled series of numbers, as though she couldn't really be bothered to memorize them or wash them off. But despite this, she doesn't seem raggedy, but rather proud, trying not so subtly to make sure she's positioned between these new strangers and her longtime friend, Kyla. This is, wow, this is so exciting. Literally, I've never been outside of Beaconhold my whole life. I've never seen a sphinx before ever, and now I've seen 2 in like 10 minutes.
Wait, you said your name was Paige?
Yeah, my name is Paige.
And we were trying to translate a page. I don't know a lot about magic. Are you the page? Did it transform into an elf?
You'd be surprised how accurate that actually is.
That sounds really close to, yeah.
Whoa.
You have that page on you.
I think, Girrardo, I think you have it, right?
I believe we left it upstairs.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay, we'll look at it later.
You're so forgetful, Girrardo.
Yes,
all right,
I
Girardo's forgetful. Girrardo loves high fives.
Yeah.
What else do we need to know?
We're best friends.
That's right.
I am a acquaintance here with Derry. We work together, so colleague is probably the most accurate
best colleague
descriptor of our relationship.
Yeah.
I am the quartermaster of Candlekeep. Gerardo Karinseao is my full name. Before you see a large copper dragonborn wearing blue and silver robes with a quarter moon symbol on his chest. He's older and has some distinctive scars all over his face and hands, and he leans heavily on his cane. Most distinctly, he has 2 nubs on his head that appear to have been caused by some sort of explosion. And there's a silver scale poking out of on his chest below his robes. That's it. Well, I don't have anything else to say. I'm the quartermaster here.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
A really impressive title.
Thank you.
You guys have good energy. I like you guys.
Yes, these seem like your people, Derry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like all 4 of us are going to get along really well. And
I think we're going to be best friends.
Yeah, I didn't say, but I'm a classifier at Beaconhold, so if that page is magic, then we can make a pretty good team.
Sounds pretty cool.
Oh my god, you're a translator, you're a classifier, I don't even know, and you're a quartermaster, which I don't know what that means either, but that means we're sort of the same.
We may as well keep it that way. That seems
right.
Best.
Yeah, quartermaster and I don't know. That's how much I know about quartermasters.
Great.
Anyway, so are we, do we have time to get that page, or are we doing a quick quest quack, or what's up?
Yeah, should we show you around, or, oh wait, I think there's a whole reason that you guys are here.
Maybe we should speak to Ptolemy.
The Sphinx really wants to talk. Sorry, we just got excited meeting all our new friends.
Oh yeah, and you can tell like Lumen has like sort of snuck up into the circle and like put her like paws down, and she's like just like looking at each one of you like with these great big glowing copper eyes, and her tail is, you know, in her sort of question mark position, and her raven wings are spread out, and her little tiger paws are just like so like excited. They're like pawing the ground. And she's looking at all of you. And you know what? Her curiosity about you Candlekeepers has not dulled either. She's just so excited to see all of you. And she says, great, okay, my name, you may call me Lumen. Yep. And I use feminine pronouns in your languages. And I am the sentient expression of knowledge here in Faerun. And this is my pool. And it sounds like you actually met Ptolemy, who was like, he's part of my family. And what color are his wings these days?
Gold.
They're gold. Okay.
He said he was your brother.
Does that mean Ptolemy is the sentient expression of knowledge for Eberron?
Yeah, that's like our job.
Oh, I had so many more questions for him. Dang it.
We all have, or had, I don't know what happened to the other ones, but like a library in our worlds, and Candlekeep is mine, and it's really special. And Beaconhold is Eberron's, and I'm sure it's really nice too. And I've got a lot of questions about how that's been going on. It's been hundreds of years since I've spoken to Ptolemy about how things are going on there. But okay, look. So Lumen, right. Sphinx, here. Candlekeep, problems. Okay. An invasion is underway. I have to keep us on a checklist to victory, or both Candlekeep and maybe Beaconhold, these things that we are so curious about right now and love in our own ways, will be snuffed out. So, I thought it was time for us to fight together. Too long have us Sphinxes like sat alone beside our pools, wondering when it's our turn to fall. So it's time to build, my friends, to light a fire that will preserve these libraries and everything they represent. Girrardo,
Did
as
you know
Lumen,
that fire's not allowed at Beaconhold?
You could, like, sneak it, you know, in the fire areas.
we have a lot of fire here at Candlekeep. It's like a whole thing that we've got going on. Like
Cultures are so vastly different. It's really great.
Where's Zrill? Her whole head's on fire.
That's right. And by the way, Zrill, you see that there are two gnome librarians who are fantastic and interesting. You're meeting them as well. Their names are Zrill and Ant. They also say hello. And Girrardo, as Lumen is actually saying these kind of stirring words, you being the only one that understands Thieves' Cant, you realize that she is layering words in there in Thieves' Cant.
Interesting.
And she says, what good will secrets be if there's no one left to understand or believe them when they're revealed? She then says, oh, okay, like Sphinxes, you might kind of gather, like Ptolemy and I, we can't, even though like we have this job, we can't actually leave our pools. So this is kind of why we have librarians. Yes, Paige, you have a question.
Yes. Why can't you leave your pool?
That's
Good
what
question.
Sphinxes do. Like, it's the pool, and it's me, it's one Sphinx, one pool, one world, one library.
You swim in it?
If I swim in it, weird things happen. But I can
Like
look at
cool
lots
weird?
of things in it. I can look at all kinds of things in it. And I have my own book collection, and somebody who has, who never reads, just lives one life, and somebody who can read lives thousands.
The thousands. I love that quote.
Yeah, Kyla has, he has that on his bedroom wall.
That's right.
Do you drink the pool?
Okay, I did sometimes. It makes you feel pretty perky if you're a magic user.
I do sort of, through this next bit, try and sneak some of the pool water into...
Okay.
I have that potion bottle that I stole from the alchemical lab in our last episode. And so I will try and steal some of that. But carry on.
I'm going to see my best friend drinking from the pool. I'm going to go, so who's invading?
Right. Okay. I do want... Oh, something happened.
No.
Have a squeak, and it is for the surly Girrardo.
Oh boy.
A D20.
I hope it's a fart.
Am I rolling? Sorry. I got an 18.
18. Wow. Okay. Girrardo, your index finger extends into a whip of thorns. You have an irresistible urge to choose a target creature within 30 feet of you.
You gotta choose, buddy.
Oh, I'm definitely seeing Paige doing this with the water, and I'm gonna just whip in thorns that beaker out of her hand.
All right. So just Girrardo.
Oh,
Oh no.
this week, as I was reading with the first squeak, we have Paige.
Oh, no.
So,
Your finger turns into a weed whacker.
I got a 9.
9, okay. So, 9 gets you a swarm of iridescent beetles pouring out from under your clothing.
Oh.
Tiny squeaks demand you choose a target creature within 30 feet of you. Onward, hero!
Shall we resolve Thorn Whip first? Girrardo, please roll a d20.
This is scary.
Well, that's part of the 2 crew today.
So there's no modifiers added. I imagine a 2 does not actually hit you, Paige.
It doesn't.
So you see a Thorn Whip go like sort of whipping past you and like skitters on the pebbles beside the pool just as you're about to take your illicit scoop, and it doesn't hit you, but that's what you see. And actually that's what everybody else sees as well. They turn and they look at you at
The invasion's here!
I thought I saw something
Already?
coming out of the pool there.
I know that spell.
I whip out my hand axes. I'm ready.
And now, Paige, you have to choose a creature within 30 feet of you. You don't know why.
You don't know why.
Girrardo. I'm gonna high five him with bugs.
Yeah.
Rivalry is.
So these iridescent beetles pour out from Paige's sort of trinkets and her dreadlocks and the ends of her hair, and they start heading towards you, Girrardo. You must give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my.
I'm going to lean over to Derry. I'm going to say, you know, she probably could be our quartermaster.
Yep.
That's a natural one.
Oh no.
All right. You get the feeling as these beetles swarm over you that they didn't have to do this much damage. But they do. They do 6 poison damage.
My God.
They almost didn't want to do that much damage.
Oh, I see that happen, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I really didn't know what those would do.
I don't think we should allow this one into Candlekeep. There, Lumen. This seems more dangerous to the whole facility. Books could be destroyed.
Girrardo,
Yeah.
I'm kind of agreeing with you. Like, okay, look. Well, Paige, you shouldn't drink this water. We don't think it's entirely safe right now. That's what the invasion came through. Also, please do not release poison bugs. Like, we are allowed fire here. Is that what happens in Beaconhold? When people don't have access to good old-fashioned fire, they start making poison bugs?
She's been here
Bugs
5
are
minutes.
they're more acceptable than fire, for sure. You can stop them.
I mean, I live in a tower with a lot of bugs, that's true. But I promise you, Lumen, I didn't know that was going to happen. It was like this weird sort of prickle on my skin, and it felt a little bit like just before I met Ptolemy for the first time.
So you were saying you can't control yourself.
Well, that's true, but not in this particular case.
Lumen puts her paws up over her mouth. I know what it is.
What is
It's
it?
your bookmarks. You've been marked just like you guys. You guys have it too. I see it. You've been changed. Girrardo, you have those silver scales. Does
Oh, I thought
sometimes
that was
weird
just-
magic come through that?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Girrardo, what do you think it was?
Well, I just thought it was, some sort of infection. Maybe a fungus. I wasn't quite sure.
Not a bad analogy. Because it was I kind of had a little, I mean, I didn't know what was really going to happen, but when I needed people to come and help me, and I sent out this wave of magic, piggybacking on the invasive forces. I haven't forgotten your question about them.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, but if I can't stop this, I'm going to send out at least some of my good magic, and I'm going to see if I can connect with some librarians who can come and help us. And I mean, just like you went in the pool, it got it all in your body, right? It does that, and it changes you. And then you have magic in your body, and we call it the bookmark. And my friends, this hasn't happened to people for 1,000 years.
It is kind of like a prickly sensation, almost like someone tried to hit my best friend with a thorn whip.
Yeah.
I mean, your best friend sent poison bugs at my best friend, so I mean, let's just, let's not start pointing fingers here.
We're even. It's
Above average colleague. Okay, great.
Yeah. Best friend, colleague. Yeah, we all know the term.
Right. The invasion.
Yeah.
It came here this wave came out through the pool, and to call it dark is wrong, because it's something beyond light and dark. It's like prickles of nothing colors, kind of white, kind of gray, kind of black. I don't know, have you ever had pins and needles in your feet? It's looking at that.
I have, yeah, I have really poor circulation.
Yeah.
I hang upside down quite a bit.
Yeah, like that. And it came through, and then it all over Candlekeep. And I'm worried about what it'd be up to. And I think it's the same thing that is put out the lights of the other libraries that used to be connected through the pools. But that I am definitely putting on the checklist to victory, determine the nature of the invasion. This is an inflection point in the plan. Okay, hold on, and you guys, you see within this big cavern, there's almost little laser lights that go through, little rainbow glitter lights and laser, and they all swoop together over the pool, and they form a grid over top of the pool, sort of a rectangular shaped screen, if you will. And above it, it sort of magically changes colors, and you see the title, Checklist to Victory. And Lumen sort of winks, and a little line of text shoots forward that has a box beside it. And step 3, it says, restore Lumen's connection to the plexus of the center well. She goes, I'll explain a little bit more about this, but we have to do this before we really have any chance of even figuring out what this invasion is more like. Okay, all right? Okay. So, but to summarize, the plexus controls my link to the center well, which I know you guys don't know because you're from Beaconhold. It's this sort of spiral staircase that goes deep into the earth. It's just a little tiny taste of what's up there in Candlekeep, but it's kind of in the middle. It's really old, that sort of thing. So if I could at least gain control over the center well and sort of the places off of that, we will be in good shape. Okay. And then another line of text shoots, and it says, 4, determine the nature of the invasion. She goes, this is sort of a stretch goal. I don't think we can determine this all at once, but it's, like I said, it's an inflection point. It's a branching point. What are we going to do next, right? Okay. And she says, I added another one for you. since Candlekeepers, I don't want you to like, lose your jobs or whatever. And 5 comes forward and it says, complete Candlekeep gate task, which is determine whether that scroll is new and worthwhile, and they can bring it into the library, and the seekers can stay at Candlekeep. All right, okay. What I should talk to you a little bit about reconnecting me to the library, because, okay, Candlekeepers, that tube you fell down in to get here that came off the center well, and then you had some adventures on the way, and you landed here.
Tubes? Nice.
Yeah, they have like fans in them. I used to I have like the spell called Guards and Wards, and sometimes I can like really massage it because I have like thousands of years of experience. And so I made like these tubes that they're like vacuum tubes, like they pull things down. Anyway, so they came down one of those. And unfortunately, that tube has already changed position. I have no control over it. It is moved somewhere else. So even if you don't want to, connect me to the library again or save the spirit of knowledge in your respective worlds, you need to find a way out of here. So so there's that happening. Okay. Right. Let us talk about getting you up to the plexus.
Okay.
But do you have any questions so far before I talk about that?
I take a bit of charcoal out of my pouch and I just write all of these on my other arm to make sure that I've got it ready. Okay,
Paige, do you want some paper or something to write?
I'm good.
You just use your body. Okay, just checking.
Kyler's just going to take a quick sketch of Lumen's question mark tail.
It's more like when she holds it when she's like really curious. It like, how cats have like, it sort of curves up over their back and they're like, maybe it's almost like an exclamation point. They're just like, yes.
Perfect.
But hers curves right over her back, almost like a question mark.
Yeah, I'm sketching it.
I would like to talk to Lumen out loud, but then I would also like to say something in Thieves' Cant back to her.
Sure.
I say out loud for the group to hear. So what you're saying is these tubes that you created that hurt us quite badly, they are quite challenging to redirect back up into the library. Do you have any way out of here that you know of?
Yes.
And then in Thieves' Cant, I say, if the burden of keeping secrets is too hard for you, feel free to let me keep some of them for you.
I can't know. I don't know, but it's so cool.
Those tubes hurt you, Girrardo? I'm feeling great. Do you need some health or?
Yes, it was not a graceful landing for me.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay, so, all right. That's good. I'm just making some notes, no reason. Okay.
So that tube, the tube is it still above us then?
Well, as you look up into the top of like the ceiling of the cavern, you notice that there are these circular openings in them.
Okay.
And funny, you should draw attention to them because as you can sort of hear some of them like had air like sort of pouring down through them as there were fans going inside them. And just before Lumen answers your question, Girrardo, all of you who are looking up at them, you sort of like hear one of them stops as though something has like plugged it up suddenly. Lumen says at that point, okay, getting you out of here. There is one way. I mean, Candlekeep's roots and her roots, that's a really good pun. They have always been pretty whimsical, right? You guys all know this. Like, it's really hard sometimes to find your way through Candlekeep. Yeah. And I can sometimes, especially in my heyday when I was more connected, I could control them. And if you were like, kind of like a bookmaster, like a head librarian or something like that, we could communicate and we could control the roots through Candlekeep together. But because those were always like, they needed to be pretty magical, we did have a couple just like physical, like through the rock maintenance shafts made. And she points and she shows you just sort of to your left across the cavern, there's a ladder that goes up to the top of the cavern and then disappears into the rock. And she says, that's the one that will take you to the plexus.
Perfect. All right, let's go.
Sure.
All right. And she says,
Do we need to know anything else about that?
Yeah, is there
yeah,
danger
good thinking.
or
All right, I'm
Before we
gung ho.
go?
is there smoke?
I'm
I
already
think-
starting to leave. Oh, and I come back. Mhm.
so,
Smart.
I mean, I think that most of my connections, there's like these circuits that goes through, like conduits, that they have been kind of broken or things have happened to them over the years. So there's probably something wrong with the ones in the plexus, which is at the top of that shaft. And there shouldn't, I mean, that shaft, you should just go through a rock. You just gotta climb and then you get there, and then I'm sure you guys will figure out a way to fix whatever has happened to them up there, and then poof, I will be able to at least control the movement around the center well. So that's pretty much it.
Will you be able to let us know when if we've done it correctly? Will you be able to communicate
You
with us?
will
in some-
know. Oh,
We'll
you will know.
Oh, we'll
Derry.
know. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
How will we know?
Oh, good question.
It's a
A surprise?
Yeah, and honestly, I've never been up there, so I don't know what it looks like.
Cool.
Oh,
So you
cool.
don't know if we're gonna fall for. I'm just worried about Kyle here. He looks fragile.
Yeah, Kyler, but I am.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No, but
my
I am.
memory is.
Your
fuzzy.
second half statement was absolutely correct.
His name is Kyler.
I'm sorry.
It is Kyler. I mean,
If we're gonna fall, that is good to know. If you know that we're gonna fall.
As you guys say this, Lumen does add one more thing. She says, look, I am concerned about your jobs. So I think like Ant and Zrill, who look pretty competent, hang out with me. They look pretty, they know what they're, right? Okay. They're going to help with the scroll, get your scroll, do the thing, so you don't lose your jobs, okay? And then as she sort of has Zrill and Ant kind of with her, that tube that suddenly stopped blowing air, you see that there's pebbles that sort of shower down from it, like dirt, and a greenish yellow tentacle sort of comes around and grips the underside of the duct. And everybody looks up and you see a massive, segmented grub-like creature that's sort of yellowish green is writhing around up in the top of this tube. You guys who have had any sort of experience with bugs or animals, you completely recognize that there is a creature trying to turn around on itself in a very tight spot. Yes, we have a
gross.
guest.
That's lovely, juicy. We have a
Oh
spoon,
no.
And this is, yes, Derry. This is-
Yes.
I'm the only one left.
Roll me
All
a-
right, here we go. First roll. It's a 17.
High rolls in
Not
here. Okay. 17. Derry, your hands tingle and they smell like peppermint. Onward, heroes.
Oh. Is anyone else
This seems
it's
familiar.
like peppermint or something?
Oh God.
Sorry, your hands. What?
It's not like peppermint. I taste them.
Yeah.
Oh, and as you taste them, Derry, as you touch your fingers to
Big
your
smile.
tongue,
But that was Ant's thing.
it tastes great. Honestly, it's very refreshing, and you gain 1d8 temporary hit points. You may roll that for yourself.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
I was gonna be leaning into Paige and just go, I didn't get anyone to cover my ship. I don't know how these guys did it. I didn't arrange for that at all.
Do you think they're going to be mad at us?
My stepmom, my boss. I don't know.
2 temporary hit points for Derry.
Nice.
Nice.
And they might come in handy because
Oh no.
as the creature starts to sort of roil around at the top, this really long tentacle comes out. Now, Candlekeepers, you run into some carrion crawlers on your way down here, and this is twice the size of the ones, like the tentacles from the ones that you encountered before. And as it does this, like the tentacle actually like releases this spray of green, decaying, smelling gas. And I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I step in front of Kyla as soon as I see that happening.
Not my strong suit.
I try and block some of it off of
Okay.
Kyla.
All right. And you have previously established that you are kind of making a protective stance around him, so I'll give him advantage on his save to represent.
God bless Paige. Here we go.
Derry, I thought you were my friend. Why are you not giving me advantage?
I'm too busy licking my hands, bud.
So,
The hint of carrion sludge.
carrion sludge and peppermint.
All right. The DC is 16 on that. Anybody roll above 16?
I just made it. I would have so sorely failed if Paige didn't step inside, but because she did, I got 17 minus 1.
All right.
I got 21.
Okay, so you guys who succeeded, you managed to like bounce behind Paige.
All of us.
Yeah, and you don't take any damage. Those of you who failed, you're going to take 6 poison, and your eyes stream threatening like blindness. It does sort of like you're able to wink through it. As this happens, Lumen jumps in front of you, and she says, "Zrillan Ant, you come with me. I will teach you how to fight like a sphinx. I can handle this, especially, we'll deal with this, guys. Okay, we will protect 1, our new friends, and 2, allow them to escape up the ladder, and 3, they can complete the mission, and then 4, figure out a way for the 2 of you to get to the gate in time for shift change. So, go, 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 go."
Wait, so you're telling me this isn't another friend you summoned? This is this creature? I thought you summoned this thing, Lumen. Oh, okay, let's get out of here.
No, this is bad news. This is a really, yeah, it's terrible.
Let's go up the ladder.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation and just make a giant blinking arrow as we run to help the visually impaired in our party.
Oh, thank you.
As we leave, I shout over my shoulder to Lumen, "I'd really like to see that page sometime." That's all.
Just to clarify, Jen, I passed the roll. Do I take any damage or 0 damage?
You don't. Yeah.
Okay,
you
sorry.
managed to avoid it, and everybody took it.
I wasn't sure if it was
on your
half or not.
behalf.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, this one wasn't half. Okay. So, for the DM's benefit, who Candlekeepers does have your scroll that you were supposed to identify? Do you know? Did you really leave it up top?
No, we didn't. I just didn't want them to know about it.
Fair enough.
I thought Zrill had it.
Okay, I think
Or
so
Ant.
too. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, one of the gnomes probably. Yeah, Ant makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. For no reason. Okay, so
It's scary when she does that.
tell me what you do.
Dash up the ladder.
I'm supposed to go to a ladder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can someone guide me to the ladder, please?
Follow the blinking light.
Oh, thank you.
It's right
Gerrardo,
up
are
in
you
the
going to be all
cavern.
right climbing a ladder with your cane and things?
I'll be fine.
Okay. Do you want to go first in case you fall and we can catch you?
And then I'll just hit all of you. So why
That's
don't
right.
you? I'll go last.
So what is the established order on the ladder?
I'll go first.
Derry?
I'll go second.
Kyler?
I really feel strongly that I should go behind you, Girrardo.
Fine, do what you must.
All right. I'll keep a discreet distance.
Yes. Don't look up my robes.
So, Derry, Kyler, Girrardo, Page. Correct? All right.
And that'll never come into play again.
You race up the ladder. It's a wooden ladder. Seems pretty tough wood, and there's you can see that there's steel bolts that go into the rock as you climb up. The rock itself, those of you without dark vision, you get a good enough view of it while we're in the cavern here with all the blinking lights, that it's sort of a golden granite, and you sort of go up to the cavern, the top of the cavern, and there's stalactites and stalagmites, and it sort of disappears into the wall. like the roof, the wall of rock above you. And the opening is a nice even circle. It's about 7 feet across, so enough room for somebody to comfortably go up this ladder. The stairs seem to be in that nice sort of elven average for humanoids, a little bit too long for too big apart for a gnome, a little bit too short together for a dragonborn. But they had to make a compromise, I guess. So there, you climb up this ladder, and as you get to the top, you realize that above you it is pitch black. There are no lights in this tunnel. Derry, I don't believe you can see in the dark.
Definitely not.
Girrardo can't, and Kyler can't. Correct?
I cannot.
I just keep climbing, and then I run into Girardo's butt because I can see fine.
Guys, it's dark in
Whoa.
here.
I'm just like expecting everybody to keep going. Like, what's the problem?
Does anyone have a torch or anything?
No, for some reason I don't.
I mean, it was a day off, and we can't have fire in Beaconhold, so.
True.
I didn't really need a torch in when we were looking at scrolls.
We didn't have a permit.
We're stumped on the first puzzle.
Dark.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I will. Can I? Derry, I'm gonna climb up you. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna climb up the ladder and with it in the dark, kind of fumble my way up Derry's body. And then I'm gonna as I climb over him, hopefully, I'm going to take a puff from my inhaler and just go and shoot a firebolt up, and kind of just keep doing that. Like a really disorganized fireworks display.
Nice.
Do you want to sit on my shoulders while you do that, and that'll you don't have to exert any climbing ability. I can help you climb.
That's perfect because I am already out of breath, so that would be awesome.
All right.
Yeah, I'm weak.
And you're small, so you can climb on my shoulders, right?
Yeah. Can.
Yeah.
As you continue climbing up, Derry, given your strength, I'm not going to make you roll anything for carrying Kyler. This seems up your alley. You realize that after about 50 feet or so, there is you see the firebolt go up and through a narrower opening, and it's like there's either a ceiling or a platform on top of you, and then just a little semicircular cutout that the ladder can continue through a bit more narrowly. It's about 2 feet across, so at this point you're going to need to do a little bit of maneuvering to get both of you through that opening.
Okay.
I will go first. I appreciate the help, but I'll do my damnedest and climb up.
Okay, just keep your don't overexert yourself.
If I fall, I'd love to have you below me, so that's great.
Great.
Don't burn the ladder.
Also that.
I'm gonna aim it. Yeah, we're aiming it. It's narrow.
Yeah.
Yes, this is how we all die.
As you come through the little narrow opening, you realize that this really is sort of built like a platform around the ladder. And as you send your firebolt up further along the course of the ladder, it goes straight up, and then again about 50 feet. What's the range of your firebolt? It's pretty far.
I think firebolt is 120 maybe. Let me think about that.
Yeah.
Yes, 120 feet.
Yeah. So easily, you see that they're about 50 feet above you. There's yet another one of, you presume, same kind of platform ahead of you, above you. So if you proceed up through that, you realize that this ladder is built kind of in a segmented shaft like this. Every 50 feet or so, there's a platform, sort of a more narrow entrance around the ladder that comes through.
As I pass the first one, I assume we've gone past it at this point?
Yeah.
I want to just look around. I've got dark vision. It's no problem for me to see what this space is.
Can roll me a perception check.
It's a dirty 20.
So this is definitely crafted very nicely done. Somebody who knew how to work stone made this shaft. It's perfectly up and down, perfectly vertical. And you also get the sense that these platforms are there for your safety. That if you were to fall, you would fall no more than 50 feet, unless you were super unlucky and maybe small and like fell through that really narrow thing. But there's a little bit of a stopgap in there as you keep going up. And you, in this segment, do not see anything else of interest. And you begin to think, you know what? This is not a bad time to talk or, you know, things like that as you continue to climb in this rather apparently featureless space.
I shout up to Kyla. Once I sort of notice that there's a bit of room around these platforms, I just shout, Kyla, just keep an eye out for anything weird around the platforms.
Did you see something down there?
I said keep an eye out for anything weird around the platforms.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. Sorry,
You guys think we should be sneaky?
I asked, did you see something down there?
No, I didn't see anything.
All right, great.
God.
We're top and bottom of this group. Paige and I have started going slower to talk.
Girrardo contemplates jumping off the ladder.
Given that advice, can I do a perception? Can I look around for my section?
Sure.
Ooh, very close to a nat 1, but it is indeed a 16.
I mean, you get the same impression that Paige did. Maybe not with the layering of like, this feels like pretty monotonous, but
Right.
just, you know, that there are segments. This is probably meant so that you can't fall too far. And maybe if you needed to like take a rest or something like that, you so far all the ones, and you've gone up about 150 feet or so, you haven't noticed anything remarkable. The air is starting to get like, it was quite nice down in the crystal cavern, but now the air is starting to get just a little bit dank, like a little bit musty, a little bit of eau de corpse out there, you know? Yeah.
Interesting.
We should take a long rest on one of these platforms. Eh? That's how I'm feeling. I could use a good 8-hour sleep.
Really? Was it hard for you to get down to see Lumen? Did you have any trouble?
I mean, I feel like maybe you know, Derry took the brunt of it, but it was not a gentle journey.
I feel great. I think it was fun.
Never mind then.
What did you have to do?
Oh, you go first.
It was just a lot of falling. That's really what it was.
We had to like kill some carrion slugs, and
Yes.
there's a weird like web of like static. The best way to describe it.
Similar to this, the tunnel got wider and more narrow as we went, so we would hit things and.
Yeah, we got called down to like a it was like a bookstore. Wait, Kyla, do you remember what that lady's shop was?
No, I only remember the stone column that we convinced to go somewhere else. That terrified me.
Yeah, we have these things, they're called aces, and they're sort of, you know, automatons, and they were digging a tunnel, and we think maybe it was like going to be for giants, something like that. Do you have giants here?
I have no idea. Do we have giants here?
I feel like they'd be hard to miss.
I, in fact, recently learned how to speak giantish.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes.
Like, do you mean here in this building, or do you mean just like? Yeah. I mean like not like regularly, but like every so often I'll see a giant. Yeah.
You know, my friend Ripley, he's really smart. He's still at Beaconhold. He had this theory that because they were building a really big tunnel, and they had a paper that had giant writing on it, that it was connected to giants. So maybe that's why we're here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, you're also good at like finding all like the secret entrances to places in Beaconhold. Do we have any tubes?
I've seen it too. Like, I've fallen a lot by like opening a door that didn't have a staircase attached
I
to
hate
it.
those. Yeah.
But I can't
Seems
think
like
of a
poor
time when I've
design.
fallen in a tube. No.
Man, cultures just are vastly different here at Candlekeep.
Is this really a library?
Not well above, yes. I mean around.
What do you
Really,
mean, is
this
this
room
really
is
a
confusing.
library?
Yeah,
Of course
And
it
you
is.
have like books with like
Yeah,
paper
lots of books.
pages.
many books.
Books, pages, covers.
The whole Megillah.
Yeah, every part of a book.
Every part of a book.
Ugh.
That's cool.
Sometimes
How-
they're in scroll form.
Yeah.
How
Right.
far have we climbed at this point?
I think you're sort of around 250 feet at about this point, going up.
Whoa!
So a long way.
For
Yeah.
a while. Oh my gosh.
So, are you scared of anything? Falling?
Poor timing.
Talking mostly.
I'm just scared of lots of things. And my mother warned me about a whole bunch of stuff. Melting Tupperware in the microwave. Small blue shoes really do terrify me. Bonfires.
I don't think we have Tupperware here.
I mean, maybe a good time to just check in on. Is everyone doing okay? Like feeling okay? I have a herbalism kit. I could create some potions for you.
I would. That would be great, Derry. Do you mind taking care of some of that?
I'm a little lightheaded, actually, if I'm being frank.
You know how to do that?
I do. You know, trained in the way of the barbarian. I learned how to make some herbalism
Very
tools and
confusing.
things.
Nice.
I know it's really weird, but you know, it's how I chose to go down that path. Was you know, plants and nature just seemed more my jam than killing.
Derry, you are an
Derry?
onion.
I love plants and nature.
Really?
Yeah, excuse me, Girrardo, do you mind if I just scooch past you here? I really want to get next to Derry.
Great.
Sorry.
Yeah. You. Oh God. Ow.
Okay, we're going to share the ladder for a
Yeah.
second.
Don't grab my tail. Oh God.
No, oh, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
Ow.
Girrardo, did you just call Derry an onion? I'm up top, but I'm pretty sure I heard onion.
Sorry,
Onion.
I can't hear you down here. I'm
Fair
sorry.
enough. Absolutely.
I love onions.
Me too.
Girrardo, what kind of kits do you have?
Yeah, kits you've never heard of, kid.
Oh, can't wait to see all of them.
So are you taking out your herbalism kit there, Derry?
Yeah.
Do remind me, do you need to roll? Do you just do it?
I believe it's a roll, and then depending on the roll, that's how potent it is, something like
Okay.
that. So depending on kind of how you decide you want the, you know, the potion can be like a normal healing potion, or it can be like a, you know, a crummy one, or like supercharge if it's a nat 20. I don't know. Yeah, you know, I think
Sure.
there's. I did read a little bit about it, and I think there's a lot of like leeway there. So.
Okay, give me a roll.
Aim high, Derry. Aim high.
Ooh, and it'd be a herbalism or a.
Yep. You add your proficiency bonus if you are proficient in the use of this kit.
Yes, I am.
Nice.
So it's gonna be a dirty 20.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
Would you like to make a regular here? What would you like to do? What are you aiming for here, Derry?
I want to create a potion that will just not only like heal like internal wounds, but like make you feel really good. You know what I mean?
like a to use D&D terms, a lesser restoration.
Sure. I just want Girrardo to chill a bit. So.
Fine. Yeah, but you know what? This is the this was the one that does make you chill out. It's a lesser restore with chilling
powers
with a little chill touch.
Little calm emotions.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So accomplished.
All right.
Please remind me of your order of climb now, because I feel like people have moved around a little bit.
Inexplicably.
I think
I'm at the front. I'm on top.
Kyla, then Derry, then Paige, then Girrardo now.
Okay. As you emerge through yet another one of these platforms,
Ugh.
the firebolt goes forward Kyler, and as it goes through the platform above you, you see it like a reflection that you did not expect to see. You're pretty used to how these look now, and instead you see that the bolt reflects off something long and sticky that is sort of hanging from the platform above you, so 50 feet above. And your eyes, they don't want to stay on this thing. There's something weird about the uncolors that are in it. And as you watch your firebolt go and this weird sort of sticky tendril hanging down, it slurps up and over the edge of the platform above you.
Could I tell if it looked similar to the bug we saw crawl in the first room?
You could roll me a nature check because you're asking about bugs.
That is a natural 1.
Damn you, Candlekeep.
Welcome to our world.
I have a counter going.
Okay. As you contemplate this, it does shock you, and you slip from the ladder. And you begin to like skitter down the wooden rung.
Try to catch him. Can I try to catch him?
Dexter, give me an athletic, no, sorry,
Athletic?
strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
Yeah, to catch him.
I'm rolling well so far. Knock, knock, knock. I got a 23.
Oh wow!
I see Derry.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Kyler starts to like fly down beside you, and you reach out, you grab him, and there's nowhere for him to go. He's just going straight down the ladder. So it's no problem for you to reach out. Your strength just holds, no problem. You've been carrying this guy up this whole way. What's
Easy
the matter?
there,
Yeah,
buddy.
totally.
Sorry, I accidentally inhaled a firebolt.
Oh man, was it slippery up there or something, or?
There is something up there. Slippery, sticky, I don't know. Something for
Gross.
sure. Yeah, so let's so it's just I'll keep going, but like stay close. Cause those hand axes might do some gardening up there.
And it's still dark in the room, so I can't, like, if I look up, I can't see
Pitch
anything.
black.
Relax, man.
Can I shoot a firebolt up and see if it's still there?
Yep. You don't see it.
It was there. I swear it was there.
Yeah, okay, bud.
I can cast a spell that makes us a bit sneakier. Do we want to try and get past it, or is it something you think we're going to have to fight?
I don't. We're kind of like fish in a barrel in this ladder column. So if it's gonna peek down, it might see us. But I don't know. You guys, should we sneak? Paige is offering.
I'm going with the flow.
I mean, you did just shoot a firebolt at it.
I was gonna say, I can't sneak if I can't see.
I'm not that sneaky in general, so.
All right, but we may use it still, Paige. Here we go.
Okay, I've got it.
I'll keep going.
Do you want me to go first? Oh, he's already gone.
Girrardo, by the way, I made this little potion for you, bud.
Oh.
Heal
great.
your wounds. I
Thank
toss it down to him.
you. Derry, this was fought. It was something.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Girrardo, that was really nice.
Best friends.
So
Best friend talk right there.
What do I get?
What do I get? Daddy, what do I get?
Appears to be a potion that's good for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And you may mark that you have a potion of lesser restoration, and just put like Derry beside it.
So you never forget.
You remember who brewed it. I'm the
it's not a
brewer.
healing potion,
And I
but
might
it could
also
fix
need
my
to know
eyes.
that
Yeah.
when you take it.
Oh, no.
So it's not a healing potion, but it could fix my eyes in the current circumstance.
Oh.
Is that right?
Yeah, we still
You have to
blinded.
drink it to find out, I think.
I'll just
Yeah.
Well, I would drink it to maybe fix what's going on.
Sure, drink it.
Go ahead.
I freaking dare you.
I do that.
Okay.
Derry's dank draft. It's my brewer.
We should talk about labeling these things, son.
Yeah, I was gonna say Girardo's at the bottom, so no one can catch him.
Let's just pass it down. Though.
Girrardo, the DM leans over and says, "Do you have any diseases? Do you have any diseases right now, Girrardo?"
Not that I know of.
Okay. It feels really good.
Great.
And it does sort of like it makes your eyes sparkle.
Ooh.
And your ears just sort of clear out a little bit.
Ooh.
And you feel
That's
in your joints, you feel a little bit better.
Oh,
And yeah, and you were feeling the effects of last night a little bit. Those effects are gone.
oh,
Yeah, so it lifts that.
great.
But so far as you know, nothing else really happened. You still can't see in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You still
at
can't see
least
in the dark.
I can hear. Kyler, I can hear you a bit better now. This is good.
That's perfect. I love talking.
God, I wish it was still plugged. I mean, I'm chiller now.
You sound chill. You sound
Super chill now. Yeah.
So to get back to where you were,
Yes.
Tyler, you were proceeding up this ladder through this platform.
Yeah.
As you do that,
Okay.
you turn over, you look over to where you think the slimy thing was, and indeed, you do see something. Finally, the monotony of these platforms is broken. You see a mass of gray ooze sliding along, sending sort of feelers out, boop, 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 and it's sort of like halfway in and out of a roughly, it's not as nice as this shaft, like looks a little bit more natural, circular tunnel that's like, that outlets onto this platform. And the ladder does continue upward. There's another ledge about 50 feet above you, but there is this oozing grayish thing that your senses just refuse to look at. And one of them reaches out towards you. Roll initiative. And roll initiative, and then we'll go for break, guys. So.
Oh no!
Cliffhanger.
we were so chill a second ago.
All right, anybody over 20? No, anybody over 15?
17.
17 for Kyler.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And then anybody over 10?
I got 11.
11 for Derry. 5 over 5.
I got 7.
7.
I
for
got
Girrardo.
6.
And
That works out ladder order. That's really great.
Like we planned it.
And the
oh,
slime
that's true.
got
It is ladder order.
24.
That's kind of cool. All right. So when we returned from our break, Kyler is just coming up over the platform, looking at some weird grayish ooze. Behind him in the ladder and in initiative is Derry, Girrardo, and Paige. All right. See you in 10 minutes.
10 minutes, that would be 8:30. So that is it for Act 1. What's going to happen? We're going to get attacked by thing on the ladder, it sounds like. But find out. And as we had some people in the chat, you missed the beginning. That's okay. Go back. Watch it now. As Jason suggested, watch it fast. Hear the voices be all funny and high.
Why do my
For Act 2 at 8:30. See you here. See you soon, everyone. Welcome back. D20 Initiative. Act 2 is about to begin. And a friendly reminder to our same 4 volunteers. So, Marcia for Derry, Jason for Girrardo, Kunji for Kyler, and Kevin for Paige. You have reloaded a screen all ready to go. You guys have the same one as last time, though. You know that. And that's it. That's enough for me. I'll let Jen take us away as we return to Candlekeep and our ladder battle. Onward, heroes!
Okay, so we have just encountered something. Well, actually, I mean, nobody except Kyler knows what has been encountered. Kyler has just emerged from the ladder onto a pretty small platform. Remember, this only is like 7 feet across altogether. So there would just barely be room for you, Kyler, to like stand on this platform, but you couldn't at the moment because it is occupied by this oozing, tentacly, sort of staticky gray thing that is reaching out to slap you silly with it. So, and it is, you are up first. What do you do, Kyler? Behind you, you've got your friend Derry, just as a reminder.
Oh, yes, that's right. So I'm gonna reach one of my halfling arms down and just pat Derry's shoulder and go, you might want to come up here. And then I'm gonna take another inhale, and instead of a firebolt, you see 3 paper airplanes, glowing arcane paper airplanes that all fire at the gray tentacly ooze thing. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Nice. It just happens.
Yeah, sweet part about Magic Missile is it automatically hits. So ideally what I want to do is put him in like a triangle formation on him so that we all get a pretty good look at what this thing is.
Flying V.
Yeah. That's right. I want a goose formation of airplanes. All right.
Found our quack.
So they each do 1d4 plus 1 force damage. Okay. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. That's 4 plus 4 plus 5. That's 13 force damage.
Ooh. Wow, okay. So these paper airplanes of force go like deep into this oozy thing, and it rears back, and you realize that you've done it quite a mighty hit.
And how close is this tentacle reaching out that was about to slap me silly?
It's really close.
Really close,
right? Because if you're coming up through this tiny little half circle, it's about 2 feet across, and it's on the ledge sort of behind you over your shoulder. It's like right there.
All right, I'm going to try and like shimmy over to the right side of the ladder to possibly let Derry through, but I'll kind of put out like a brave chest and get ready to take a silly slap.
All right, thankfully you're fairly small, so you
That's
can
right.
give him a little bit of room for him to get through there. But sadly, this oozy tentacle is coming right towards you. It's sort of not really a tentacle. It's like a fake little hand, like a pseudopod. And it rolls an 8 to hit.
There's not a lot of things that don't hit me, but that's one of them.
Good job, Kyla. Way to dodge out of the way.
I'm brave. I'm a hero for this.
As the pseudopod like reaches out for you and then like whiffs, you see that there is another one right behind it.
I don't notice it. I'm turned away and go, but I did, Paige.
That was a 16 to hit.
That is, for sure that is. This is going amazing so far. I love Candlekeep.
And you are going to take...
Oh my god.
No.
2 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And 2 acid.
Oh, interesting. All right, you see the acid burn away my swim cap. No!
And as it sort of hits you, you realize that it didn't really just want to hit you. It sort of it oozes around you and tries to like get like into between your joints and sort of like try to like grip you. Wasn't able to do it this time. It sort of slips away.
All right.
Okay, and now it is...
This thing's really sticky!
It is Derry's turn.
Okay, so it's like on the platform, correct?
Yep. I'll allow that Derry, especially since Kyler made such efforts for you to see them. You can see what's happening. None of the rest of you can see this.
Okay. Because I like to get in front of Kyler and whip out one of my hand axes and just like try and like slice it in some way. I don't know if you know.
Yep. As a halfling, he makes room for you. Like you can be in somebody else's square, but you can't, I believe, end in Kyler's space. Right?
Okay,
Is that
so
your halfling ability there?
Yeah, the thing technically in terms of halfling size is that I'm naturally stealthy, so that I can hide behind a creature that's larger than me. But yeah, I think general rules are you can move to friendly space but can't end there.
Yeah. So I'll allow you to have like pop up like a weasel beside Kyler, spot ye ooze, and decide what to do about that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll use but I have to like be holding on to the ladder with my other hand, correct? So I can't use both axes.
That's true. Unless you have something you want to try that's really spiffy, but
I mean, maybe, well, we'll see. I'm going to try and just do a normal, because I don't know the thread of this thing yet. I feel like it's probably a pushover, so I'm just going to, get out of here, you little thing.
Derry, as you come over, you actually do recognize this as very similar to that stretchy, staticky ooze that you guys ran into as you were falling down the shaft.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna do a one swipe. Oh no. But this is going to be a 7 to hit.
Oh.
Rats.
It's really hard not to hit this, but you you have to like lean over because it's kind of behind you. You've got somebody that you haven't really known Kyler for very long, and
but I feel like we have known him
a little awkward. And you missed that, my friend. Derry, is there anything else you want to try? Do you want to get up there? Or you want to?
Yeah, like if I can, is it possible for me to like stand on the ledge with it? Or is it too small?
It's pretty big.
Okay.
You could sort of maybe move through this space to the tunnel that it's kind of coming out of, or up the ladder further, but there's not really any, you couldn't end on the platform. It's kind of controlling it at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I think I want to just climb a bit further then to try and taunt it in some way, like so that he doesn't go after my bud Kyler.
Right, and maybe make room for people to come up below you.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna salute Derry as he climbs by,
and I'll be like bang my my hand axe like on the side of the, so it's like making sound to like hey, over here.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. All right.
Selfless.
So that would be Girrardo next.
Well, Girrardo is going to use Derry's distraction. Now I am further away. Do I know what's happening with the magic missile and? So when the magic missile was happening and when Derry was attacking, you couldn't see any of that. You could hear that things were happening. Okay.
And as Derry moves up the ladder, there is space for you to like come and wiggle by Kyler if you want to lay eyes on it yourself.
I don't want to do that. I would like to, because I'm at the bottom of the ladder. Paige went above me, so I would like to go down to the platform below.
Which is about 50 feet down, just to give you some idea, yep.
And I would have not been all the way up, correct? Because I was climbing at the last.
That's true. Let's say you can get
would I be able to get to that platform?
Sure.
And take a shot at it with wherever Derry is with my crossbow?
Well, there's like only like a 2-foot opening that the ladder is going through. It's on that platform above it. So it's basically on the ceiling to the segment that you're in right now. So you can't get a bead on it if you were down there.
Okay. Great. Well, then I will climb up. I take my cane off off my back, and as I go, and I very quietly whisper to my cane, "Bananarama," and my cane becomes a rapier, and I just thrust up into the ceiling and try and stab this thing.
Cool. All right, roll your attack.
Can I see if I heard Bananarama?
So I also want to know if I heard that.
A perception versus your stealth if you like,
no!
Gerrardo.
Oh no! That was a 4.
I also got a 4.
Me too.
What do we do, Jen? Jen, what do we do?
I don't know what happens.
I believe. Oh, dudes, I think this goes to the person who's trying to deceive. Like, they're the ones who are doing the thing, and so let's call it that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
And on top of that, Girrardo was the one who was actively trying to do something quietly, and you guys were just like, "Hey."
Right. Yeah. For
So,
sure.
all right. So, Girrardo, you think that probably everybody heard that, but weirdly enough, nobody did. Okay,
Cool.
and roll your attack.
Oh, that's an 11 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, thank God. And Derry is within 5 feet of this, is he not?
Yes. So, in fact, you may use your and yeah, Kyler's there too. So you've got your sneak attack.
But something's gonna happen.
On that note, we have Jason squeaking for Girrardo.
Yeah.
So, Girrardo, a reminder, your effect was your index finger extends into a whip of thorns. You have an irresistible urge to choose a target creature within 30 feet of you.
Oh,
Onward.
yeah.
Bonus attack.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet.
let's resolve your rapier attack because you were about to roll your damage for that, and then do your thorn whip.
Excellent
So
timing.
I got, with my sneak attack, as I got 14 points of damage.
Wow. Wow, like a third of this thing just like slices right off as you do this. And it kind of like sputters and fizzes.
And then my finger just like grows past my rapier to go stab at this thing. What is happening?
Curls around your rapier.
Okay, and then for that,
I'm
you
going
just roll,
with the flow.
you just roll a straight d20 for your attack with those.
All right.
Here we go.
That's a 9.
That hits.
Oh, yeah!
I literally rolled like just barely. Yeah,
That's right.
It's big, it's slimy, it has no armor, it's just sitting there on this thing. Okay, yeah, so you get to deal some thorn whip damage.
Excellent.
Which is... what was the number you rolled again? Do you remember? That'll help me.
I didn't hit last time.
No, on
Yep.
your
What
magic
was
effect.
Do you remember?
You rolled an 18.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's what you were asking.
It'll take 1d6 piercing. Do you want to roll it?
Heck yes, I do. Well, whew, that's a solid 1 point of thorn whipping damage.
And you know what else happens when you do it? Is that this like thorn whip goes and it like sticks into the sticky, staticky thing and it pulls it forward towards you.
Ooh,
and I mean, it's already
this.
pretty much at the edge of this platform. So you can't really move too much, but you're like pulling on this sort of fluidy thing and it pulls out of the tunnel that you can now see that it was attempting to sort of, you can't tell if it was going in or out. There's no front or back to this thing, but you can now see that there is this little tunnel on the platform that the ooze is on, and it's now pulled out, and that tunnel is now free as well.
Hey, Paige, I got a section here for you.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, sorry, Girrardo, are you done? And then
I am all done.
Okay. Paige, you're on the ladder. Derry has escaped to is further up on the ladder, and then there's Kyler. And there's obviously something big and sticky happening over to there behind them on the ladder on this platform. Girrardo's told you something about he's made room. Do your do it.
I would like to, excuse me, sorry, I know we just met. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
The tail, watch the tail.
Sorry, just gotta get past here. Kyla, just breathe in. Make yourself smaller.
All right.
Yeah. And then I scooch past so that I can see this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast Entangle on it so that you see from the ground around it, like these vines sort of grab it
Right.
down and try and restrain it. So it needs to make a strength saving throw.
My pleasure. Ooh, yes. Good job. Okay, so that is a 17.
Oh, you were saying good job to the monster, Jay.
Monsters.
Jen is allowed to be proud of her monster.
All right, fine.
It escapes. It's like
You see it like tense up, and it gets like the 6-pack. Bah! No.
This slime is cut.
Yeah.
It's really strong, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna take then a couple of pebbles out of my pouch and cast magic stone on them so that I've got them ready to go. And I'm gonna try and climb up the ladder so that I'm like underneath Derry and we're like hanging over that platform.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Paige, is that the end of your turn?
That's everything.
Okay. So, Kyler, you're up next. We've got Paige sort of right beside you there on the ladder.
Yeah.
The ooze down on the platform. Derry's right below you. No, he's gone up ahead of you as well. And Girrardo's kind of down below. It's all within easy reach of you, though. And you notice that the tunnel is free now behind this thing.
I'm gonna try and climb up the ladder and kind of sneak in, use my halfling nimbleness, sneak in kind of behind it, like through the tunnel. Can I make it there?
I mean, it's gonna know you're doing that, but
For sure.
But you are not sort of leaving its region of attack. So if that was of concern to you.
It was. So I'm gonna climb up, and as I'm in the tunnel, I'm gonna turn around and just go, and I've inhaled some smoke and I'll shoot a firebolt at it.
Okay, cool.
15 to hit, 10 plus 5.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Woo! Fire time, baby. I can't do this in my own library. Here we go. Oh, so loud. That's 5 fire damage.
Nice. All right, and it sparkles up into nothingness. Okay.
And I think that is my turn.
Nice.
I'll just stay there and stay out of the way so people can maneuver on this ladder good.
All right. Kyler, as you finish your
no.
move, you hear something in your head. I don't know if that's ever happened to you before, but it's like this sort of whispering, and with it you get sort of fragmented images. You see in your head moldering scrolls, you see bones, you see something crawling like on the ground around you, like skittering around you. And then finally you hear in your head actual thoughts with form, and that says, identify. Oh. Secret.
Can I try and talk back to it in my head?
As you wish.
So I'm gonna think really hard and go, my name is Kyler Bibteck, and I am a classifier. So classify yourself.
Librarian. Yes, many secrets. Which is yours? Tell.
I'm gonna in my shut eyes, I'm gonna go, I know that my dad doesn't like the library, but I still miss him.
You can tell when like the connection just cuts off, and it does. All right.
Everything's normal up here, you guys. No problem. The tunnel's looking clear.
It's like you were concentrating really hard. Are you trying to cast a spell?
I just have to. Yeah, it was a spell.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Thank you, Derry.
Cool. Yeah.
So, this ooze rears back, and several of these pseudopods appear now. More than just the two and that you had seen before, Kyler. And they are going to reach forward to Paige. So that is a 6 to hit. Misses. Next one is another 6.
Oh
That
my god!
misses. There's another wave coming, still aiming at Paige.
Wow.
That one is a 15 to hit.
Oh, I was mid-laugh because I was like, I think it's trying to hit me. Derry, do you think it was trying to hit me? Ow!
Oh.
Ow! Ow!
I think it was, yeah.
Ow!
And then a 21 to hit. So 2 of them have hit you now.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, Sarah.
At that moment, Paige, you feel some magic come over you. What happens? Paige, what happens to you is
Bugs!
a swarm.
Oh, yeah.
A swarm
Oh,
of
God.
iridescent beetles pours out from under your clothing. Their tiny squeaks demanding you choose a creature within 30 feet of you.
Ugh.
Onward, heroes.
You've got several choices to choose from,
Make
Paige.
the right choice, please.
I love that the bugs do a squeak.
I see the bugs start to come out from under my hair again. I'm like, okay, just please go to the ooze, go to the ooze, go to the ooze. And at the same time, I am going to cast Absorb Elements on myself
Mm-hmm.
to
What does that
try and
do?
deflect some of that acid damage that I think I saw happen.
Yep. All right.
Because I'm not in great shape.
It's not good.
Okay. So as those bugs crawl out from Paige, almost as though rebelling against the pseudopods of like flapping all over her, it like they swarm over this ooze, and you can see them start to like burrow into it, and then like boop, 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 pop into like green bits of poison inside. And yeah, you deal, it looks hurt, some damage to it.
From the bug damage?
Yeah, you deal some bug damage, but we still got it still is hitting you right now. So
Okay.
2 have hit.
Yes.
You're going to take in all 4 bludgeoning and 4 acid, and you've now just sort of buffed yourself against that, it sounds like.
Yes, so 4 bludgeoning, and then I'll have resistance against acid, so half. So
just
2.
Yeah, so just 2.
Okay.
But the other thing that happens is these pseudopods like ooze all over you. They envelop you. Paige, you are now restrained. All right, you're grappled.
Yeah.
And your movement is 0, and attacks against you will have all those things will apply at this moment. Okay,
That's fine. Sure, I'm fine.
that's what happens, Paige. All right, it is now Derry's turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can swipe at it from where I am, from the ladder, to try and hit it again, or hit it for the first time for me.
Yep.
Hey, but this time, buddy.
Roll your attack.
That's better. It's going to be a 19.
Well, that's a hit.
All right, so it's gonna take. It's gonna take the full 9 damage.
Nice. All right. Yeah, it is a shadow of the ooze it used to be. Yeah.
Oh,
As you take that swipe, Derry,
Yeah.
your hands, they kind of tingle.
Oh.
They smell like peppermint.
Okay. So I swipe at the ooze, and as I do, I get that whiff of peppermint smell, and I have an idea, and I go, Paige, I know this is weird, but like some temporary hit points.
Are you asking me to lick your hands?
If you're comfortable with that, it can give you. I see you're hurt, and I just know it worked for me last time.
Yeah, you know,
It made me
that's
feel a lot
actually
better.
it's not weird for me at all.
Okay, great.
So, yeah, it's totally fine.
Here you
She
go.
does that a lot, actually.
Great.
1d8 temporary hit points you can roll.
I will suck on Derry's thumb.
Oh, it's kind
I
of
rolled
nice.
an 8.
Whoa.
That's a good one.
That's not nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Wintergreen goodness there.
Wow, this is amazing.
It sparks in the dark.
I wipe my hand.
Thank you.
Really went to town on that. All right.
I wasn't sure how hard I needed to.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I didn't know either. Yeah.
No one knows the rules of this.
Yeah.
Derry, as you sort of complete your altruistic act there, and your turn comes to an end, you also get this whispering in your head, and you don't get sort of, it seems more directed now than it was for Kyler, but the thoughts are, the question is the same. Identify. Secret demand.
Did you say something, Kyler?
Sorry? No.
Girrardo, I heard a voice. Does anyone else hear voices?
Just yours, Derry.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yes, you hear my voice. You hear a voice aside from mine.
No.
Someone's asking me to identify something. Does anyone know?
Girrardo, it's your turn.
All right. I can't stop myself from saying, "Oh, these crazy kids," and then I feel uncomfortable with myself.
And I aged 20 years.
And then I feel very inclined in my chillness to help Paige in any way that I can. So
Sure.
I take a swing at whatever is kind of holding her with my rapier to try and loose her from its grasp.
Okay.
And that is, I'm rolling another 9.
Well, it's just enough.
All right, and so I will use my my sneak attack again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's engaged like all over. Yeah.
So I rolled a 3 with my rapier, and then I rolled 9 with my sneak attack. So that's 12 points slashing damage.
How would you like to finish off this oozy, staticky mess?
I think just like a tauntaun, like ripping it in, just like slice it right up its middle, and all of its ooze comes out, probably all over me. But I'm so chill that I'm into it.
Nice. One question that the DM now has for Paige. Paige, do you have any written material on you?
I have a map in a scroll at my belt.
Oh no.
And probably, like, I've got bits and pieces of cool drawings and yes.
So as this ooze sort of sputters out and fizzes out, and you can see it like break into many sort of like squiggly motes, like, you know, like when you like rub your eyes really hard, and you can see these little squiggles and little like fairy lights and stuff like that. It does that. But the last place that it leaves is the map on your belt, Paige. It clings there the longest.
I try and brush it off. I try and brush it off.
It does disappear eventually. It's been defeated, gone to whatever place it goes when these things die.
Right. I won't do anything yet, but as soon as I have a moment in private, I would like to look at that map.
Okay, fair enough. So at the moment, things seem to be quiet here on this platform where you encountered this gray ooze. As I mentioned, there is a little tunnel that, in fact, Kyler is ducked into right now. Kyler, you can see that this is, unlike the shaft that you've come out of, it seems natural, like it's sort of rugged, could you, what's your passive investigation? It's pretty high, isn't it there?
Yes, it's 15.
Yeah, you see on the floor of this roughly circular tunnel, there's a line of greenish yellow, really quite dried up ooze. That does not look like anything that came like it's not really ooze. I shouldn't have used that word because it's nothing like the thing that you just defeated out there on the platform. It's sort of mucusy, honestly. And it reminds you a little bit of the spray of poison from that tentacle that you saw down below. It's dried on the center of this little tunnel. You can't see very well in the dark. This is a pretty tight little tunnel, about 3 feet across. Seems to go on for a ways. You can't really see where it ends yet.
I want to look, just peek over and just make sure that everybody's okay. Just peek down the shaft.
You guys all okay? They're all kind of like clustered around the platform, and that's where the tunnel sort of lets off. There's that sort of flat platform that you were fighting the ooze on, and then this little tunnel sort of in the wall of the shaft kind of thing. And the ladder continues up. You can see another platform above you. So you're just sort of in this little mouse hole kind of thing that's sort of looking out on the platform where you fought the ooze. They all seem to be there. You can.
It feels like we got 2 options here, gang. We can head down this tunnel, or we can keep climbing.
Didn't the Sphinx tell us just to take this thing up? And that's where, like, creepy ooze things came from. I don't know if I want to go where creepy ooze things are.
Yeah.
It's step 3. Was it step 3? What does my arm say?
It's one of the steps, that's for sure. It's definitely steps between steps 1 and 5.
Yeah, the step 3 was plexus. Step 4 was determine nature of invasion.
I would be game to take a break from climbing.
Well, I will say that I saw. Do you guys know the thing that came in and kind of like farted at us and Paige? We all hid behind Paige. So it looks like that might be this way. I'm seeing some tracks.
It does seem this. To be fair, this is smaller than the one that was caught in the duct. But carrion crawlers at work, that's not an unfair conclusion somebody with your investigative skills would come to.
Right. And you said it was like pretty dry, so it might have been a while ago?
Yes.
Okay, so there may have been danger on this path at some point.
Well, we could block it and stop it to make sure nothing comes up behind us.
Yeah.
How would we do that?
I can make an earthquake. Easy enough.
You can just make earthquakes?
Yeah.
Can I just test something first?
Sure.
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt down the tunnel and see what I see.
Okay. You see, it only goes about sort of 15 feet or so.
Okay.
In front of you. It's not very long. And you see it sort of go into, so you're sort of looking down that tunnel. You see your firebolt go down this little mouse hole and then into a larger space. You catch the vaguest glimpse while you're in there of, like, you can just sort of tell the way that the light bounces out that there's a larger area that it goes into. But then, since your range is like 120 feet, that firebolt keeps going through and then splats into a wall of rock. Not too far, like maybe 50 feet away. And you also just catch in the glimpse, roll me a perception check to see how much you catch it in that room.
I out of a 20, I'd say I catch 7 of whatever there is.
Just the quickest glimpses of like heaps of something on the ground in that space.
So there does seem to be like another kind of cavern like 15 feet that way. We could just go like peek in and just see, and then if it sucks, we can leave.
I mean, yeah. What do you see in there? Anything?
I saw heaps of something. Yeah, piles. Nondescript piles.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but earlier we had like the scent of corpses. Is that correct?
It does smell a little, dank in here.
I'm scared.
Oh, sorry, Paige, you were about to say, yeah.
Well, can I have a look at the walls just to see, like, does it look like a creature carved them out or like they were part of a shaft?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's a good call.
Stonecraft, nature these kinds of things I would accept a roll on.
I'll make a nature check.
Could I help her, as I'm also proficient in nature?
Yeah. And you were about to, I think, chime in there, Derry. So yeah, roll those checks.
Do you want me to? Yeah, you roll 2, Jerry. Is it Jerry?
Derry.
It's Derry with a
You know what? Derry, I would like you to roll independently.
Okay. Ooh. I got 21.
I got a 22.
Oh.
And thus,
Yeah, nature high
tell
five.
their story.
Paige, I believe, I don't want to speak too much for Eberron, but I am sure all places have creatures that are like carrion crawlers, that eat dead things, large versions of maggoty kind of stuff, various sizes. This was definitely carved into the rock by this, and you can kind of see like the rock gets a little bit more sedimentary, easier to clamber through. So this seems like it was a short passage for a carrion crawler. And you also notice the mucus on the ground, old, like we're talking maybe a week old, something like that. Definitely made by something like that. Naturally made for some reason, connecting these two person-made things by humanoids. This was not a humanoid that made that. Derry, you get a lot of sort of the sense of like what was like crafted structure here and what is natural. The other thing that you get is this really smells like the area that you guys were falling through where you encountered carrion crawlers. The other thing that you know about how Candlekeep was built is that there's sort of the upper towers, and then below it, the vaults where like the reference section is and all the original books are kept. Below that are catacombs. And you would guess that you are about the catacomb level of Candlekeep in the great cake that Candlekeep is.
Delicious. Yeah, this is Paige, my friend. I know that you know a lot about the world, but like you're new to Candlekeep, so I should just tell you that this is definitely like catacombs area of our fair library. You were asking earlier about why there's no books. It's because this area doesn't have a lot of books. It's the catacombs. So it's this doesn't seem to be made by man though, by humans.
No, I've spent a lot of time looking at little holes that bugs sort of burrow into the ground and examining how their mucus dries on my walls and things like that. So I definitely think this is some sort of animal going through there. Do you want to go and look at some dead bodies?
Like, is it worth it to go? Like, you know we have our mission, our quack to stop the or to reconnect the thingy that what's it called again? Praxis?
The plexus.
Plexus, thank you. But is this perhaps a thing that's contributing to that plexus being disconnected? I don't know. Maybe it's worth investigating at least.
I feel a bit torn. I'd like to go and look because I mean I admit I'm a bit curious to see what dead people look like in your world.
Oh, I was going to say I'm just curious in general, but you're curious about dead people. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. What do you guys think, Girrardo, Kyler? What's your thoughts?
Well, I do feel like we should maybe continue on with this mission. I feel like maybe going up makes more sense.
I felt the same way as Girrardo until the point was raised that this might have something to do with the disconnect. I think a peek might not hurt.
Might be warranted. I vote for peek.
Peek.
Quick peek.
All right, Girrardo, 3 against 1.
Well, fine.
I know you usually, when we have this conversation, you usually say that you are worth 2 votes, but that's still 3 against 2, so.
Thank you for reminding me of that. My brain is fuzzy these days.
Well, you're very chill these
yeah, 10 minutes. I don't know what's gone on. Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go first because I can see in the dark. Is that all right?
Yes, I don't want to anymore.
Yeah, I don't. And after I sucked your thumb, Derry, I feel much better.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace as well, so that will allow us to be a little bit more stealthy. And I'm going to try and stealth. I don't know if the rest of you want to do anything like that.
I'll stealth too. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good.
Let's be sneaky.
In my youth, I was an excellent stealther.
And you'll also need to tell me your order as you go through this narrow little tunnel. And roll your stealth. And tell me your stealth. Tell your stealth first. Yes, and then order.
I've got a dirty 20 on stealth, and I'm going first.
Okay.
And sorry, Pass Without Trace works like we get to add 10, right?
We add 10 to all stealth checks, so I've actually got a dirty 30.
I was going to ask that too, yeah.
Whoa! Dirty 30. Kyler got a 17.
Nice.
I got 25.
Oh. Man, Pass Without a Trace is amazing. Okay, yep, sorry.
I got a 14. I will definitely be taking up the rear.
Okay. So Paige, Kyler, Derry, and then Girrardo. Is that the order we're going in? Ooh.
As that happens, as we're figuring out our orders, Kyler.
Yeah, Kunji.
You have frosty spectral armor surrounding you, and the chill is just so invigorating. You gain 5 temporary HP while the armor endures. Onward, heroes. That was the final squeak.
Thank you,
There's part of me that wants to shape it to the context, but I think it's way better if we're just walking into a bug cave and I get a swimming cap and a swimsuit. And I'm ready. Let's rock!
Should think about dressing for the fight there, son.
I am. I'm feeling limber. I'm aerodynamic.
So, as a reminder,
go second last.
Second last. So, Paige, Derry, Kyler, Girrardo.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. You just slide like a fish through that tunnel there, Paige. And you emerge, and I imagine you're being fairly careful as you come out. You see that there is a room. It's about 40 feet long, about 15 feet wide. It's a gracious place. It's built well, strong. An arched ceiling is above you. And there are sort of 3 shelves kind of built on the long sides of the room. And just from the proportions of this graceful room, you get the sense that it is meant to be much longer, but it is cut off now, like a collapse has happened. Rockfall, collapse, something pretty solid. And you can see like the soot marks from the firebolt that Kyler sent through, just sort of spattered on those rocks. You also see that on the floor, there is these sort of tangled heaps that are sort of scattered on the floor. And your passive perception is
15.
Yeah. You also see that there's definitely humanoid bones, both in the heaps on the floor. Some still kind of at rest in the closest shelves that you can see beside you. And a couple like bones that have been like sort of are hanging off the edge of those shelves.
I thought you said you had books in your libraries. It looks like you have people on your shelves.
Again, this is the catacombs area of the library. It's quite a bit different than the. We'll show you the real libraries, hopefully soon. I don't know, but you know.
Sure. This is how you categorize them.
This is their restricted section.
Okay. Do you normally keep them in piles on the floor like this?
Listen, I'm just a translator here.
Say no, they don't.
Yeah,
I'm just a translator here.
I'm not in charge of the catacombs, you know. So, like, as far as I know, this is not normal.
Okay.
Looks like they're doing a reshuffle of the Dewey Decimal System.
Right. Can I see, like, I want to go to where it's collapsed and have a look at what has caused that collapse. You know, I know a bit about chaotic earth movements.
Sure. So I guess another nature check.
Okay. That's a 15.
1-5?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see that this was a subsidence. It was a natural subsidence happening over time. You look around the room and you can also get the sense that this is centuries old in here. This is very old. And it looks like a pretty tightly packed, solid, like rock fall that came out of the granite that this place is mostly built on is sort of all tumbled up. This is, yeah, a pretty serious rock slide.
Well, whatever made this collapse happened a long time ago. I don't know where the creature came from.
Can I take a look at some of the bones and the remnants and see if I can judge how old they are? Like how long they've been sitting here?
Mm-hmm. Are you using sort of more like investigation, do you think, or like medicine?
I think medicine, because I know I've studied that in some way.
Yep. You're looking at it like a coroner rather than a historian. Yeah.
18.
All right. So a couple things stand out to you about the skeletons that you see. The ones that are kind of in heaps on the floor are just like a mess. There's various species in there, various races, and they all appear to be humanoid, various sizes. You can quickly recognize some skulls. There are gnome skulls, there are elvish skulls, there's skulls that seem to have more orcish features, and quite a few human skulls as well. So many different types of people. And one thing really does stand out to you, and that none of them have hands.
Gang.
Yes.
Just I was taking a look at these remnants here. I'm not seeing any like hands, like bones of any hands or anything. I don't know what that means, but whatever is happening here, they seem to like hands.
Can I do a history check?
Someone's
to see
collecting hands.
If there's if I know of a history of anybody collecting hands?
Sure.
the hand collector.
That was Devin.
I rolled a 12 plus 6, 18.
You've heard of, people using dead people for stuff?
But not specifically what I can see here.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Girrardo, as you're looking, and because you're you have the rank of bookmaster and have kind of, have sort of more of the lore of Candlekeep, and you've got a really good passive investigation as well. You notice that many of these remains still have little metal charms, pendants, not rings because there's no hands, earrings, and they're little candles, flames. You even see one that's a full sun and a quarter moon.
Oh.
So and just as a reminder, this is Candlekeep. I have the quarter moon on my robe right now.
Yeah.
Would I have a pendant that would have a quarter moon on it?
The folks of Candlekeep can have their symbol sort of in different ways. They always have it with them because it's their sort of passport into places. But yeah, and you would know that the candle is the symbol of a novitiate, and the flame for a book right, so a librarian, and the full sun for a bookmaster.
Right.
And the quarter moons are those who are sort of ops and quartermasters and that sort of thing. Yeah, operations. Yeah.
This is the old guard, really, it seems.
This place has given me the creeps, you guys.
And does it go
get back to the ladder?
Does it go further?
No, so it only goes as far back, it's about 40 feet or so, until the rock slide. Sort of a narrow catacomb that seems to have been sort of cut off from the rest of the library.
Can I just do a quick look up? just to make sure there's not another bug?
Sure. Have a look. You just see sort of the nice arched ceiling, beautifully made. One thing that does catch your eye when you look up there is the areas, kind of like the shelves in the upper levels, don't seem to have been the carvings and things like that, and that haven't been worn down quite as much. And you catch that there are, like, it looks like some names scrawled into them, as well as some symbols.
Ooh, there's some carvings up there on those shelves. Might be good to at least take down.
Do I recognize these symbols or anything?
Could you roll me a religion check?
Yeah. That is a 18.
All of the Candlekeepers recognize that most of the symbols up there are an open scroll, which is the symbol of Ogma, the deity of knowledge that Candlekeep was originally consecrated to. And but you also see a dog's head, which is, you do know this one, can't remember the name, but the halfling protector of the dead has a dog's head. There's a flame and anvil, which is pretty easy for you. That's the dwarven symbol for Moradin. You see the ring of 7 stars, a ring of 7 stars over a spiral. That's the symbol for Mistra, who's sort of for arcane knowledge. So you get the sense that there are basically the symbols of librarians and those deities that they would sort of call upon in their final rest. Those to knowledge, maybe just protection during death, that sort of thing.
So this is like a tomb of some kind, it would seem, my friends.
Very good, Derry.
Thank you. I'm, I've always wanted to be a detective. I think this is a good step.
This is the test.
Can I actually take one of the sun symbols in the remains? Just want to take that and pocket it.
Okay, as you sort of like look around for, so the sun is a bookmaster, right?
Yeah.
And right beside it, there is a small urn, and you realize as you're sort of going in there to look that there's a couple other urns that are still survived. One of them is like gem encrusted and has like just a whole lot of beautiful filigree on the outside, etchings and stuff like that have like grapes, a full sun, person with the stag's head, and it has like a little lid on the top as well. But you get your sun symbol and you take it.
Oh, your people really like to bury themselves in like fancy ways, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I never really thought
I
about it
don't
as
come down
fancy.
here, really.
Seems normal.
Girrardo, just to pause just a second, Girrardo, at this moment, you hear something in your head. And the words are, identify.
I say back, identify yourself, damn it.
You say that out loud?
No, I said it in my head.
It will live forever.
That's very good for you.
What is your secret?
I have many secrets. What are your secrets?
And it cuts off.
Are you all right, Girrardo?
Yeah, it's just a bit of a headache.
This place gives me the creeps. I liked it better when we were playing with tiger sphinxes, you know?
Yeah.
Feels like we've kind of determined that this might be a detour on our mission. Should we go back to the ladder?
Let's head back. I thought there was maybe something to kill in here. I don't know. Let's go back.
Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't spark any ideas.
Hyla, can you just write down in your notebook somewhere that, like, the bodies were disturbed here, and, you know, in case we have to tell Lumen, I've gone run out of space on my arms.
Yeah. Bodies, jeweled urn.
Yeah.
There was a dog symbol. Got it.
We'll ask Ripley later.
We'll ask. That's the theme of Kyler Bibteck. I'll ask Ripley later.
Okay.
All right, head back to the ladder.
Okay. You leave the catacomb, the crypt, go through that tight little tunnel. Feels just a little bit spookier and sadder than when you first arrived.
Yeah.
Come back out onto the platform. The ladder stretches up into the dark. I've been assuming that you've been letting up little firebolts from time to time here, Kyler, because it's still pitch black.
Yeah, unless Paige wanted to go first.
Well, and in the crypt and things like that too.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're about to head up the ladder. Tell me your order.
I'll go first this time because I can see without making any light. And if you all maybe if we hold on and we just go a little bit slower, I've still got that spell going that makes it so that we're a bit sneakier. Because I've got the creeps, you guys. I don't want anything to find us now. I feel nervous.
Yeah, tombs really do change the energy of a quack.
The ladder seems normal. We can just go regular, and I'll let you know if one seems weird before you get to it.
Right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So Paige is first, then
And I'll go behind Paige.
Kyler, then
I'll go. I'm assuming Girrardo wants to go last.
Always. Right before Girrardo grabs the ladder last, he goes, and he whispers at his rapier, Clementine, and it becomes a cane again, and he puts it on his back.
I've climbed up the ladder, and I'm just going to say to Paige, I'm going to go, it's crazy, you know, like, you know, the tombs and stuff, and I think I heard someone say banana hammock when we were fighting the slime. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if slimes can talk or whatever.
Yeah, I heard voices too. It was crazy. Yeah. Did you hear voices too?
Oh, sorry? What do you mean?
Still hearing your voice there, Derry.
Okay. Jeez.
I didn't hear anything.
All right. I'm just tired, maybe. I don't know. Let's keep going.
All right.
Paige, as you approach the next platform, something is in your head. It's flipping through your memories like portraits. You see you as a little kid. You see you having fun. You see you're eating something really good. And then you see a moment where you're really embarrassed. And the focus of what's going on in your head suddenly changes. And it focuses down on that moment. Paige, tell the DM, has anybody ever attempted to use magic charm on you before?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So, at this moment, as this moment is a moment you're kind of ashamed of, you feel like a gaze is focusing upon it. Next question from the DM. Do you have any memories of your elvish parents? Well, what you see is a masculine but very finely boned long hand with the pearlescent, almost glittery nails of an elf slapped down on top of that memory. And sort of a brush of green hair, you feel it in your mind against you. And kind eyes, the color of the woods, turn and look at you and say, no, we don't let them do that. My daughter, next time this happens, you can do this yourself. And you break that bond.
Derry, something spoke to me in my head.
What? Really?
It
What did it say?
It wasn't words. It was pictures. It was like it was rifling around in there looking for something, and it was trying to embarrass me or something. It found the time when, well, I suppose it doesn't matter. I had opened this really valuable book that the library had just acquired, and I spilled a bunch of juice all over it.
Ooh, I've been there.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
We were really mad. I think I saw my parents.
What?
Your parents in the book?
Well, I don't know.
What? You never told me about your parents. I thought you were born out of a
About my
book.
parents.
What did they look like?
A hand.
That's a good start.
There was a voice. It said my daughter. That's me, right? So, Beaconhold is wild. And so is Candlekeep. I don't know what to do.
That's yeah, wow. An image of your parents is kind of like a huge breakthrough. Is there a platform we can like sit and talk about this coming up, or?
I don't want to sit and talk. I feel like I just want to go.
The one thing that you really did feel, Paige, was that there's something about you and your elvish nature that protected you in that moment, and it was given to you by your parents.
Right. They were trying to do something to me. And because of who I am, I'm an elf, I guess. It couldn't happen. So, whatever that means.
But you guessed that you're an elf? I thought it was. You look like an elf to me. I don't want to overstep any. But
No, I mean, yeah.
are you not sure?
I just don't really know where I came from. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Come to a different library, you get different knowledge.
That's right, Kyler. That's good.
That's good news.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Really deep, Kyler.
Thanks, Girrardo. I feel like you and me have really turned a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Paige, are you cool to keep going? How do you
I
feel?
think we should just keep going. I don't want to. Watch yourselves though. Something's trying to get in our heads.
Yeah. All right.
That's crazy. I haven't heard any voice in my head, and I didn't tell it my secret.
May I please make an insight check on my good friend Kyla, who I know.
And against Tyler, you need to defend that with a deception.
Oh, I don't know if I should use it right now. Yeah, okay, all right, fine. What'd you get, Paige?
I got a dirty 20. What did you get, Kyla?
Got a dirty 9.
What does Paige sense, Kyler?
Paige senses that Kyler, I think, regrets giving up that information so willingly to a thing or person that he didn't know enough.
Well, if something does get in your head, maybe we'll all just be a bit careful about what we say from now on.
That is good information to proceed for when it happens to me for the first time.
Good.
The word you're looking for is wise, Kyler. Wise.
Oh, and deep, right? When you said earlier. Awesome.
Not right
Gerritsen.
now, but
We're buddies now, okay?
Oh,
Well, I definitely heard something in my head, but I didn't say anything to it. I said something to you guys. I said there's something in my head, and then it stopped talking. So it just said like identify. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that sounds smart, and that's probably what I'll do when it happens to me.
Good. Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really interesting, Derry.
Thanks. Thanks, Girrardo.
At the next platform, I just want to take a little break, if that's all right. Can we just sit and just have some water and, I don't know, just chill for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some charcuterie left if anyone wants any.
Oh, that'd be really great.
Yeah.
It is good, yes.
As you go up to the next platform, Paige, just before you get to the opening that the ladder goes through, you hear just a little bit of ruffling, like pages being turned or ruffled. There's something above you on that platform. The other thing that you see, I should mention as you're coming to this platform, is that they're not moving. There are sort of 4 kind of rope-like, they look, as you sort of get a little bit closer to them, I'm saying you're going to hear this ruffling when you're about 15 feet from the platform. Okay, so that's about how close you are. And there are 4 of these rope-like things hanging down into the shaft, pretty much sort of quartering it. In front of you, just beside the ladder, 1 behind you, and then 2 to the sides. And they're of different lengths. The one beside the ladder comes down about 10 feet or so you're just below it. It's kind of about 2 feet away. You've got good dark vision, great perception. You've got kind of, you can see, it's like a borealis dice. You can see sort of glitter and opalescent inside it. And as you approach it, it just sort of, there's a little tiny spark at the end of this rope that's hanging down. So, 2 things you know. There's something on top of this platform, and there are these 4 snake-like inert things that are hanging down into the shaft. What do you do?
Stop everybody. How is the shaft? It's pretty narrow, right?
It actually has widened out. It's now, if you look up to where the platform usually is, you realize that it in fact is about 15 feet across this time. It's big.
Okay. I'll whisper very quietly to Kyla right behind me. There's something behind. There's something up there.
I'll
And
pass
I'm
that down the chain.
Yeah, pass it down. I'm gonna cast fairy fire right above us.
Okay.
So it will encompass the whole platform and those dangly bits so that my friends can all see them.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, if this thing fails on a dex save.
You don't see, you see the fairy fire. I don't know how your fairy fire takes form, but you see the fairy fire in that place, and it's lighting up everything. If your fairy fire has sort of particular things that it does with living creatures, you don't see those sort of snake-like things behave any differently. It just sort of outlines them in the bright colors of your fairy fire.
It's like a little wave of wind that blows up in a cube shape. It will outline anything in sort of bright sort of shades of green and purple. So those tendrils didn't line up.
No.
Oh God. Okay. Do we go ahead?
I mean,
What else do we do?
We can't live on a ladder forever.
That's true.
might as well try.
Okay.
Live on a ladder forever?
Try to live on a ladder? I don't know.
No, I
really
mean
want.
the first thing. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
my
yeah,
bad,
okay.
for sure. Can I take a breath, an inhale from my inhaler and prep a firebolt, like kind of hold in my mouth?
Yes, you hold your action,
Reaction,
for
yeah.
something hostile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go up the ladder.
As you emerge, the other ones have been like, you kind of like come into like a platform kind of thing. But as you come up this ladder, now you feel like you're coming up through the floor of a room, into the center of a room. It's bigger anyway. Your hole that you're coming up in the shaft here is 15 feet across. And you can kind of see that you are in a circular room that only has about sort of 15 feet of floor around it that you're coming up through the middle of. And up, if you look up, you see this is the end of the ladder. So you're coming into the center of this room through its floor, and above you is sort of an onion-shaped dome that goes up to a point, quite high, like about 20 feet up. These sort of snake-like things that are hanging into the shaft, you can see that they sort of head along the floor in the 4 directions, and then kind of break into a million different little strands that like cover this whole onion dome like a network and like a web. Yeah, but the other thing that you see is you're coming up the ladder, up and to your right, so we'll call it like the northeast quadrant of this room. There is like a big sort of heap of pages and darker objects, and in front of it, Paige, is a row of hands, actually several rows of hands, all facing you like this. Just hands, dozens of them.
It's gonna be creepy, but I think you should still come out.
Yeah, we'll follow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my ogama.
The hands.
Yeah,
Those were the hands from down there, I bet. Guys, I solved the mystery.
That's where they went.
You solved the library puzzle.
Into your head, Paige, you hear a voice, and it says, "You stopped me. Where such I knew was so long ago. Must target another."
It said must target another. Cover your ears.
Derry. Against your will, memories start to flip through you. You must roll me a save. And it is a charisma deception check. It's not a save.
Deception check, okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as Paige goes, it's targeting another.
Yep.
Kyra's gonna concentrate really hard, and he's gonna see a vision of like the 4 of us standing on the ledge and a whole bunch of like blue shields popping in front of our faces. So I'm gonna apply my 15 portent roll to Derry's roll here.
Okay.
What's that?
So,
Which
yeah,
means you don't roll, you get an automatic 15 plus whatever your modifiers are.
Great. 17 then.
Pretty good. Oh god, I hope that's good enough.
don't make me bring them out. Don't make me. Kyler, it's going through your head now.
Fair enough.
Was that me that heard that?
Yeah.
That whisper? Okay.
That was to you.
He said something about bringing something out. They're bringing something out. I don't know what it means.
Sorry, Jen. Deception?
Deception check.
That is a 6.
Kyler must provide this creature with a really good secret. If we want, everybody else can take out your headphones and you may just tell your good DM this good secret.
When you say if we want, is it up to them or is it up to me?
It's up to you.
I mean, they can watch it on YouTube after. All right, here we go.
Okay, everybody, remove your headphones, or or make it silent so you can't hear what Kyler's about to tell me. Kyler's secret. What is it?
So after Kyler's mom remarried, the Dragonborn, Linda, the reason I became a classifier is because I was worried that I was never going to live up to my dad's expectations. And after not being able to immediately classify Paige's map, I'm worried that I'm going to fail her as well.
Okay. Headphones back in. I put them back in.
And we're back.
Hello.
Weird thing, Kyler. Also at about this time, you begin to feel stretchy, like butter spread across too much bread. You look down and you see like magic dancing around your skin. Just a heads up.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Guess what, Girrardo?
It's my time.
Suddenly, memories start flipping through your head, and you must give me a deception check.
It's not great. That's an 11.
It's a fail. Would you like everybody to remove their headphones?
Oh, of course. Girrardo would never give anything up. All right, so I'm giving you a deep, dark secret.
Yeah. I mean, it wants a secret. You're going to give it a good one.
My rapier is from a very close friend of mine. He died, and I was the one that killed him. And Clementine is his wife, who I still financially support.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Put them back in.
She said, wow. I saw her say, wow.
Oh my god, she said, wow.
Wow.
Are you all right? Is everybody okay?
This day got a lot weird.
I seem okay.
I think the chill has worn off. I am now back to old Girrardo.
It makes you a stronger potion next time, maybe.
Yes, that would be great, Derry.
All of the hands like turn, and they like turn back, and they point at the heap. And the heap sort of like shuffles a little bit, and peering out from it, you see like these sort of long skeletal hands pull away, and just this massive glowing green eye with bloodshot sort of looking out at you. And you hear it say things this time. None of you recognize the language, and it seems pretty broken. You can see the eye just like wild in this heap of paper. What do you do?
Hello? Hello, we're just trying to, we're just...
With your mind, elf. You hear it in your head. I don't know your words.
In my head, I say, we're here to find the plexus at the center of the well.
Who cares? Why? Why you care? Who cares? I don't care. Ignis doesn't care.
What's your name?
Ignis. I will live forever.
I say out loud, this is our friend Ignis, and he's going to live forever.
Oh.
And he does not care about the center of the well. Center well? I don't remember, not from around here.
Yeah.
Are you the ones in our head, Igni?
He says in your head, Yeah. Totally.
In my head, I'm gonna go. Can you just tell us how to get to the plexis, and then we'll buzz off. We'll buzz out of here.
This is the plexus. This is it.
That's
We
unfortunate.
all lights and fire and rainbows. Who cares? I don't care. I'm reading every page. I will find it.
What are you looking for, Igni?
The only thing worth having. Immortality.
I've heard that one before. Lots of things in lots of books want immortality.
Well, Igni, I've heard that sharing things with others really helps you live longer. So why don't you share a secret with me?
Paige, in your heads, you hear, did you know you travel with a murderer? And then he looks at you, Kyler, and he says, beyond my nest, there is a mist of death. Is that a good secret?
Yep.
Can I, is there, because you said there was these tendrils hanging down with like little crystals on the end, essentially?
They were just sort of like they're like ropes, and they kind of like have frayed ends, and there was a little spark that came off. And as you pass by them, all of you have seen like little sparks come.
Is there on the like the heap? Is there a place that they can like attach to? Can I see?
Not on the heap, but there's just sort of lying into the shaft. You can roll me an investigation check.
Oh, I got a nat 1, so add that to your count there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got it.
Welcome to Candlekeep.
Yeah.
I say out loud to Igni, we obviously are at an impasse. How do we deal with the plexus now?
Make me.
I have no problem making you if that's the result, but we could each could do a trade.
Hands. I like those. 2 hands. I need some new ones.
I have so many, though. Maybe you want to branch out into something else. We've got. I take a little sort of feather out of my hair, and I've got a feather. And
What do the hands give you?
An army.
An army.
And that is where we will end our session
Oh,
with
no.
him saying he has an army.
No.
Igni, huh? Oh, man.
Oh.
I'm stressed.
Unsettling.
I need more of that potion for sure.
Yeah, we all do.
Sarah, make sure we get home
You
safe.
have to be that thing.
No power here, Griffin.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
Well, on that delightful, lovely note there, hand army, not upsetting at all. That concludes the 3rd episode of Pages and Mages. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch us live, and if you're watching this on our YouTube or our Twitch at a later date and you missed out on the fun, still, thank you for watching when you do. Congratulations to Alan Edward Johnson, Justin Bourne, Griffin Cork, Emma Brager on braving the first joint Beaconhold Candlekeep adventure of the season. Yay! And thank you
Yeah.
to Gerritsen for building this world and taking us through it. Oh, yes. Yay, Jen! On a terrifying cliffhanger. Kevin Cork for his cool cameo. And Curt Mckinstry for making sure that our ambiance was on point.
Yeah. My name is Curt.
And on that squeak note, a big round of applause for our 4 volunteers.
Yeah, nice squeaking.
Good day.
Once more, find us on the socials at D20 Initiative, the D20 Initiative, and make sure to post a photo of your favorite fantasy setting for a chance to win Dicebound's Blacklight Dice. They're super cool. Check out the Kickstarter. Link is in the chat. I have been and will continue to be Sarah Bannister. Tune in on October 5th at 7 p.m. for episode 4 of Pages and Mages. Onward, heroes!
Yay! Woohoo!